What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Menstu back at it with another video, and today we are doing yet another versus battle between which one is better, Den of Thieves or Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. But before we get into actual beginning of the video, what's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free them to go else maybe help with the YouTube algorithm and recommend the video to more people, and maybe they could join. And do feel free to comment which one you think is better down below. With that being said, guys, this is Grind 2. And how this works, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never watched one of my versus battles before, and it's been a while since I've done this actually, so hold on, I found out. I just thought about another category to add. Okay. Anyways, so I have a bunch of different categories for each of the movies, and I decide which one I like better of that category from that film. And then I also have some bonus categories as well, which are like the Rotten Tomatoes score to compare which one has the higher Rotten Tomatoes score. I also got Letterboxd, I got IMDb, so, and then I also have personal preference, which one I like more, so, yeah, and then I tally up all the points, and whoever has the most points, I find is the winner of this video. So, with that being said, let's just kick out this video off with the first category. I have the characters, and I have another category similar to this later on, but this one, I gotta give it to the first Den of Thieves. Just, even though I don't like most of them, they are good characters, and that they are very memorable. Mostly Gerard Butler's character, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and I think two of the villains are very memorable in this film. But besides that, in the new one, you only really have the two that I mentioned, Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. from the first film, that are kind of like the best characters. There's this one girl character that I think is pretty good too, but overall not as good as a bunch of the other characters in the first film. So I will give the first point to Den of Thieves 1. Alright, another category I have in here is the heist sequences. Which one that I prefer better? And honestly, I went with Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. So for those, I'm not going to spoil too much about the movie, but the scene in this one I found more thrilling because you do care more about the characters this time around than you do in the first film, where you're kind of like unsure which one to root for or whatever. So, and as for the sequence in here in Pantera, I thought the heist scene was really, really good and really, really suspenseful. So Den of Thieves 2 gets 1 point. Another category I have in here is the acting. Which one do I think had better acting? And overall, I gotta say Den of Thieves, number 1, has the better acting. You can't deny it. Gerard Butler does really good. O'Shea Jackson Jr. does really good too. Even though he's not much of an actor. So, at least these are the only 2 movies I've seen him act in. So, he delivers a really good performance in here. The villains also deliver really good acting performances as well. So Den of Thieves gets another point. So the score right now is 2-1. Another thing I have is the drama. Which one has better, like, drama aspects to the film? And again, I gotta go with the first one. Just because you have that little subplot, the little plot in there with Gerard Butler and his wife's divorce, where he's trying to get his kids again and get to be a good father. So that has the film going right there. So there's also some other subplots too, so that'll definitely add to that. So I'll give it to the first Den of Thieves. The comedy, and I'm gonna go Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. I don't think the first film all that really had any comedy. It was very mostly serious the whole entire time. If they had comedy, it was most likely just dark humor, but that's it. But this time around for Den of Thieves 2, they do have comedy, and that it's supposed to be intentionally funny. So, giving a point to Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. But I will admit, there is one scene that I did not find funny that was supposed to be funny. But all the rest of the jokes in here I thought landed. So, Den of Thieves 2 gets a point, and we are tied. Den of Thieves has 3 points, and Den of Thieves 2 has 2 points now. The setting. And the first movie is set in LA. I'm pretty sure, right? Somebody correct me down below. But anyways, I'm going with the second film. I think the second film had a better setting with the Pantera setting, and they definitely live by the title of the movie, and they actually do use that setting to its full extent. So they did a good job at that. Another category, I have the ending. Which one had a better ending? And it's a no-brainer here, even though personal preference, which we'll get on to a little bit later, which movie I like better, Den of Thieves, you can't deny, the first film had a better ending and a more shocking ending with that big twist reveal. If for those who have not seen it, I won't spoil anything, but it is a very good twist reveal. So I think the ending for the first film, way more better. Another thing, the next one I have is the twist. Which one has the better twist? The second film does indeed have a twist, but I found it very predictable, unfortunately. So, with that, the first film gets another point, and we are at 5-3. So the first film has 5 points, and Den of Thieves 2 has 3 points. So, there's that. But yeah, twist, as I said before, didn't see it coming, and it was really well built out. Okay, next one I have is likable characters. Which one do I like the characters more? And honestly, I gotta give it to Den of Thieves 2. I mentioned this loosely before. I don't really care for the characters in the first film, maybe besides Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., but all the other characters I just thought were despicable human beings. And even that being said, Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr., I wouldn't die on a heel saying, oh, they're like really likable characters. I just go, they're alright. As for the second film, you want these characters to make it, because they have a very comedic edge to them, so you want them to actually escape with this heist. So, I'm giving the point to Den of Thieves 2. So, wait, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, yes. So, Den of Thieves 2 gets another point, so it's 5-4 right now. Next one we have in here is the Rotten Tomatoes score. Which one has the better Rotten Tomatoes score? So, and this one, it can't be judged by me, obviously. So, Rotten Tomatoes for the score, the first film has a 41%, and the second film has a 63%. So, Den of Thieves 2 gets another point. We are now tied at 5 apiece. So there's that. Next one I have in here is the Letterboxd score. Which one had the higher Letterboxd score? And as for the Letterboxd score, the first film had a 3.2 on Letterboxd, and the second one has a 3.1 on Letterboxd. Don't get me wrong, it might change over time because Den of Thieves just came out yesterday, so, and not a whole lot of people saw it. So, Den of Thieves gets another point, and Den of Thieves now is in the lead with 6 points. Next one I have in here is IMDb. So, which one has the higher IMDb score? And, Den of Thieves has a 7 out of 10. And the second Den of Thieves has a 6.5 out of 10. So, Den of Thieves continuing to go in the lead. So, the first Den of Thieves has 7 points now. And the second film has 5 points. Next one is just one that I made for myself, really. So, personal preference. Which one do I personally enjoy more? And personally, I enjoy the second film more than the first film. So, I'm going to give it another point, and we are now 7-6. the final category I have in here is the plot. And plot, I gotta give it to the first Den of Thieves. So, just because it is a little bit more, how do I say it? It's because the second film is kind of a rehash of the first film, but yeah, the first film did it first. So, first film gets a point, and Den of Thieves, from this video, is better than the second Den of Thieves film. It has 8 points in characters, acting, drama, hold on a second, ending, twist, letterboxd, IMDb, and the plot. So that's what it escapes with beating the second film. So, and the second film just had 6 points. So, but yeah, overall still like the second film better, but how I arranged this, the first film ended up actually beating it. So, hopefully y'all guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know which one you think is better down below. And I also, if you guys missed, I did a couple of these videos in the past not too long ago. So, and they're on a playlist, which surely this will be added to that list. So if you want to watch more videos like this, they're on there. And with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next time, everybody. Peace.